Hey everybody, we welcome you back to the Elias Catholic Sarah Sports Recap podcast presented by the awesome Elias Catholic Yearbook class. Today is Tuesday, February 18th at 11:19 a.m. And as you can see, we are not at school. We are at the comforts of each other's homes. And I am joined today by Senior Manager Charlie Blanton.
Hello, Sarah Sports Recap. Mr. Walken, thank you for having me back again. It's going to be a great interview.
Yes, this is try number 2. We did one last night. Didn't really go so well. I was kind of nervous depending on if the recording would save or not, but this one hopefully will, and it will. And we're going to get this shipped out today. And a little bit later, we're going to be recording the men's basketball segment with Joey and Baker and Austin Weaver. And I think Charlie Bland's going to join us for that as well. That's going to be all over Zoom.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
Yes, Austin Weaver will be joining us for the second time this year. I can't remember if it was with Missouri Sports Talk or it was with Missouri Sports Talk. That was the last time we had him on during football season when he was the QB1 for Crusader football. But Charlie, AMI Day. Have you got anything accomplished yet?
Yeah, I'm almost done with all my work, actually. Finished that about 10:30. Got a good workout in. I'm going to go eat me a salad here in a little bit, so.
Yes. Sorry, Mr. Weaver texted me. Still trying to set up this Zoom call. Email. Sorry about this.
All good.
What were we talking about? AMI days. I can guess that one thing you haven't done yet, though, Charlie.
I bet you can.
Your math homework.
I have not done my math homework yet. I gotta do that still. So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a great lesson today. Miss Brimmer gonna teach it up on YouTube or whatever.
You know, it's kind of like a try not video. A try not to get epilepsy while watching that because the screen is flickering black and white the whole entire time.
I call for distraction.
So it's a 2-in-1 in that video. You get a little bit of a challenge, but you also get to learn some math, and I'm sure you enjoy doing that.
I see 2 challenges.
Yes. Charlie, kind of going back to basketball now a little bit, and then I kind of want to swing back to some more conversational stuff. One of the last games of the regular season for basketball, how emotional are you about that?
Yeah, it's coming down to it. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss these times. I'm just trying to soak it all in and enjoy it while I still can. And it's not over yet, so we'll have that conversation a little more when it is over. But for now, I'm just grateful and enjoying the time I have left.
You know, it reminds me of that song by Scotty McCreery, 5 More Minutes.
Oh yeah.
And, you think, oh man, we still got 3 basketball games and districts. And it'll be over just like that. Like another month from now, Charlie, I believe if the Crusaders make it all the way to state, it might be the state championship game right around this day.
Yeah, I think it's around the 21st. So yeah.
No matter what, in a month, it's a wraps. So yeah. I'm going to miss having these basketball talks with you, and hopefully we can have a happy recap to end this season off, which you know what I'm hinting towards.
Then we can jump into baseball season.
And then we can jump into baseball season, and I'm very much looking forward to that. I think we got a great roster still, led by new head coach Kelly Fick, and looking forward to that. Yeah. Now, favorite snow day activity, Charlie. Even it's an AMI day, but it's only like an hour of school. So, favorite snow day activity.
I'm sure you probably know what my favorite snow day activity is. Probably sleeping. I got up really early today. It's forced by mom. I like to sleep. I like to hang out, play some Fortnite, and do that in a little bit. What about you, Mr. Walken? What's your favorite snow day activity?
Oh, well, for me, this school year, if we're talking about this one, it is all podcast stuff. I mean, I edit videos, I work on the rundowns, everything related to the Sager Sports Recap podcast, but I enjoy doing it. That's my favorite activity to do. But if we were to go back to last year and when I was a kid, I mean, obviously it's the video games and the sledding.
Yeah, no, sledding, I don't have any hills, so I can't, unless I want to go into the street and get hit by a car.
Yeah. And a final question here. Are we in school tomorrow?
No,
Okay.
there's no
Quick
way. I
enough
mean,
answer for that.
I looked outside earlier and it was still snowing, and it's going to start again at like 1:45. I think it's done right now, but it was doing it earlier. So yeah, I don't think we'll have school tomorrow.
Hmm. So, Charlie, we have one more home game remaining in the regular season against Rockbridge, but we're going to talk about this previous game at home against Battle. It was
Fun, fun,
senior
fun.
night, lots of fun storylines going into it. Myself and you included got honored at the beginning of the night before the game, and along with the actual basketball players and the dance team. Pretty cool moment.
Was cool. It was great to be able to go out there and feel the love from Seder Nation.
Yeah,
Um, got my appreciation for filling up the water. Although I would never ask for it, it is greatly appreciated that people were there to support. You know, I'm sure you feel the same way.
definitely. I had my man Christopher Haley looking at me the whole entire time in the student section. As that student section that night, it was 90% guys. So
Yeah, it was.
it was,
Did
but
notice
that
that.
creates for a fun chance and a interesting atmosphere, which I think that was provided that night. But the Battle Spartans, they
Yeah,
come into this game, Charlie, number one in the CMAC power rankings. They are one of the two teams, they were one of the two teams remaining that were undefeated. And the Crusaders knew that they were going to have to battle and also, no pun intended, they're going to have to battle and put up a lot of points to win this game. And what did you think about Battle before this game tipped?
I knew that they had a really good record. I knew they were a good team. I knew we were going to have to play hard to beat them. But I believed in our team. I believed we could get it done. We've had some wins that people didn't think we were going to get this year. And so yeah, I had faith. I had faith that coach knew what he was drawing up, and we rolled in and got it done.
Yeah, so we played Battle last season, obviously, being in the same conference, and we lost to them. I don't remember the final score, so the Crusaders coming in with a mindset, let's get a win this year and get back in the win column against them. So the game gets underway, and it was a very, very quick start. I mean, holy cow. Two threes by Sean Hart and a two-pointer, and it's what, an 8-0 lead to begin the game?
Yeah. Yeah, that was it 8-0?
I believe
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was. It was 8-0. Yeah, no, that was those are the kind of starts we need to be competitive this year. When we're out to fast starts, we're keeping our head on our shoulders and we're just playing for each other and playing for the fans, and we get it done. And that's what we need. That's a confidence boost, and that's something that we've lacked, and that's something we need to build on.
Yeah, so I might be wrong on this, and feel free to cut in if I am, but almost all of our games, all the Crusaders games this year, they've gotten off to slow starts in the first quarter, and that's for both neutral site games, road games, and home games. And it felt like different. And do you think the senior night emotion played into that?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like we've been better at Rackers Fieldhouse. The only time that I can think we had a really good win when we got out to fast starts was against Ritter and Rogersville, which are two really good teams. And like I said, that goes back to the getting out to that fast start. We don't want to start slow. We want to control the pace of the game, pedal to the metal, and see if we can pound some teams early and um, you know snag the win quickly rather than later. You know
Definitely.
what I mean?
Yeah, sorry for being on my phone.
No, you're
Still
good.
trying to get Joey and Baker
All
and
good.
Weaver set up for in about 20 minutes from now, as we'll jump right into that. So moving into the second quarter, going back and forth, battle kind of draws a little bit closer, and I believe the Satyrs went into halftime with a 30-24 lead. Somewhere around there, they were winning. And you were in the locker room for that talk, Charlie. What exactly was Coach Joe kind of saying?
Well, let me think back. Coach Joe was saying he was liking what we were doing. He wanted us to kind of start limit the turnovers a little bit, but he believed that if we went out and we played hard and we played like we did, we could beat them by 15, and it can be our biggest one of the year. And honestly, until about the end of that fourth quarter, we were on pace to do that.
Yeah. So skip the third quarter. I mean, there were some exciting moments in that third quarter. The three straight threes, two of them by Logan Hillman, and then the steal by Sean Hart. And then at the top of the key, he drained a three. That's 9 points in what, a minute?
Yeah.
And at one point, in the fourth quarter, going into the fourth quarter, we were winning by 18. And then here comes the Spartans. And the defense, that they were in a press all night. And we struggled to get past it, but we still found a way. It's anything in life. You just want to find a way to get past it. And we could just not get past it in those final 2 minutes. They were making us pick up our dribbles, which would then make us pass out. They would intercept it, go down, and drain a three. One of them was a right wing three. One of them was from the corner. And just like that, in the snap of a finger, it's what, a 2 point game?
Yeah, it was a 2 point game. That's one of the things that we have to work on down the stretch, because when we get into district time, we're going to see teams that are fast like that and aggressive and want to. They're going to be doing that the whole game. It's not just going to be a fourth quarter when they're losing thing. It's going to be from the get-go. They're pressing, and we've got to figure out how we can handle that pressure a little better, because that's happened a couple times this year when we've had the game won and we let them back in it by not being able to control the ball, turning the ball over, taking forced shots, letting the pressure just overwhelm us, and we can't let that happen. We have to slow the game down. We have to control our own game and deal with that pressure. We have the guards to do it. We just have to figure out exactly how we work as a set and a team to beat that pressure.
Yes. So, thing I want to talk about here: TOs and TOs,
Yeah.
turnovers and timeouts. Charlie, timeouts are the way you can slow down a team's momentum and just swing it back to your side. How important were those timeout calls that Coach Joe had? I feel like
Timeouts are
timeouts are very underlooked.
They are. Timeouts are huge. And I kind of said this last night, which nobody's going to see. But when we were talking about it, I told you that timeouts can build a team up, but break them down at the same time. Whenever you get down like that, the momentum shifts. It's a 9-0 run for them. You call it, they call it, you call a timeout, and their fans are all going crazy, and their players are fired up, and your guys are just kind of like defeated at that point. But while that hurts in the moment, whenever you sit down, you can recollect your thoughts. You can get yourself together, get a nice play drawn up, go out there, execute that play, and shift the momentum back to your side. And that's what Coach Joe did. Coach Joe realized, and he's a great coach. He knows how to do this stuff. He realized that we were in a bad spot. We needed a timeout. We needed a break. The guys sat down. They got their rest. They got their water. They were taken care of, and they were able to go out, figure it out, and wound up getting a nice win.
Yes. So Elias gets the ball, fouled as Weaver. Of course, Elias in the bonus at that point. He goes to the line and makes two. Austin Weaver has struggled all year from the free throw line, and it was an amazing sight to see him put those two down in a very, very pressure-some situation. And Charlie, would you like to recreate those free throws made by Austin Weaver?
I thought you would never ask. Let me go ahead and get this bad boy set up here. All
There
right,
we go.
here we go. Got the ball.
There's one. And there's two. And that's exactly what Austin Weaver did, and also what Sam Lopez did. So to give you the final couple seconds of the game here, Weaver makes them both battle, has to hit a shot. They have to get a three or two. They take a three, they miss a three. Rebound Elias, foul Sam Lopez. He goes to the line, and your Crusaders pick up a 66-60 win after Sam Lopez knocks both the free throws down. Elias knocks off one of the only two undefeated teams left in the CMAC. The only one that remains who is at the top of the mountain is the Hickman Cupies, which, boy, would that have been a nice one if we could have got that a couple weeks ago.
That one hurts. Coach Bell mentioned that yesterday. When
Yep.
it comes to winning the CMAC, we need a couple teams to lose out. We'd have to win out. Some things have to happen. And that game against Hickman, that one's going to haunt us a little bit, I feel, down the stretch.
Yeah, to put it into perspective for our listeners, for Helias Catholic to win the CMAC, it is all luck. Other teams have to lose, and we have to continue to win the CMAC championship. And now moving, we are 3-2 in the CMAC this year, Charlie, with still two more CMAC games to go. Smith Cotton, which we just found out, is now moved to Thursday with all the snow coming in, and then Rockbridge in the coming weeks. Our two losses in the CMAC are both overtime losses, and were what, at least 4-point losses. Jeff
Yeah,
City was 1 point.
it's
It
I
hurts.
mean, it's a blessing and a curse at the same time because we'd love to win those games, right? We'd love to say, yeah, we went to Hickman and we beat Hickman. We went to JC and we beat JC in front of their fans. But we also realized we took two of the teams at the top of the CMAC and we took them both to overtime. And we had opportunities to win both of those games. If things would have shifted one way or the other, we would have won those games. And that's the blessing part of it. We know we can play with these good teams because we've seen ourselves do it. We just have to dig deep and find those extra couple of shots, the box outs, do the little things right, and we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, those overtime periods were very similar. In the Jeff City game, Logan Hillman nails the three very early on. We don't do anything after that. Jeff City, all their points in that game coming off free throws. They win. Going to the Hickman game, Alex Schonhart drains a three in the corner next to the bench. Got me hyped. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Helias does nothing after that. And Hickman's got a very good guard and big man duo. Remind me of the big man's name for Hickman. Is it Brock Camp?
Brock Camp. Yeah.
He was featured on the High School Hoops magazine this year that goes over all the high school teams. He was one of the 12 players
I
on that
remember.
magazine. And then the only team to have two players, I think, was Father Tolton with Xavier Wilson and Aaron Rowe.
Oh, yeah, those are two of the best players in the CMAC. So no, not a big
Oh,
surprise there.
I wouldn't say CMAC because I don't believe Father Tolton's in the CMAC.
They
Um,
aren't?
no,
Are you sure? Did they drop it? I swore they were in there.
no, they are in the Tri County Conference with Blair Oaks.
Really? That's weird. Never knew that. Well, thank you for the information there.
No problem, Charlie. Couple last questions here. What is it going to take to keep to keep the steamboat moving, to keep the winning streak going?
Well, we're loving winning. It's been a lot of fun. What is it? 7 games now that we've won. We're
Yep,
on a
7.
hot streak. We got some tough opponents, but if we play well, we can go 3-0 to end this year. That's exactly what we're going to try and do. We need to keep the energy. We need to keep that positive attitude. We need to keep playing as a team, keep bonding more and more as we go, gel a little bit, and I'm having a lot of fun. So let's keep it rolling.
Definitely my two keys I want to hit on while also being a manager. I think to keep on winning, we're going to have to see just excellent play from Logan Hillman, just doing his job. Same going for Rowan Buffington. Just do your job, know your role. And then we're gonna need to see 5 threes from Sean Hart per game, I think, to keep on winning.
I would love to see 5 threes from Sean Hart per game. That would put us pretty close to being, I don't want to say unbeatable, but I think you know what I'm trying to get at here.
And
Um,
he might average that per game because if you think about it, he's hitting a three every quarter pretty much.
yeah, he is. I don't know. It's yeah. I mean, that's a huge key is gonna be getting our shots to fall, having our guys fill their role and doing their role nicely, and then Sean Hart's over there just nailing threes, and we're gonna be in every game. Same with Logan, same with Rowan, Sam, Cam, Wood, whatever. Everybody just has to do their part. Don't overthink it. Don't try and do too much. Don't try and be a hero. Try to create and get somebody else a look and see what happens.
Yeah, it's nice having what Logan Hillman registers in at 6'3",
I don't
six
know.
three, 6'4", somewhere in that area. It's nice having a very tall guard that has handles, can pass the ball, can dunk and shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Logan Hillman, keep it up, and we're gonna go places. As you keep on quoting on your stat sheets to end the game, getting hot at the right time.
That's what I've been saying. It's what Coach Joe said in preseason this year. He said or maybe not preseason. It was first couple of games we got our football guys back, and we were struggling. Everybody kind of the motivation was just kind of not there, and Coach Joe just kept putting it on us. He's like, guys, we haven't had all that time that other teams have had. That's why we're losing these games. It's going to come at the right time. We're all going to bond. We're going to come together. We're going to learn each other's play style a little more, and we're going to get hot at the right time. And that's how teams make runs later in the season, as they get hot at the right time. I'm just trying to keep that motive going for a little bit of positivity down the stretch.
Going back to the battle game, last thing here, Crusaders could not handle the pressure of the battle defense. Me and Charlie go to practice yesterday, and everything is late game situations, tight scores with tight ball pressure on the offense. So that is, I can tell the fans that is a point of emphasis that Coach Joe has to continue, as teams are going to see that. That's something very easily to see in film, and Coach Joe knows that, and he's going to work these Crusaders to help them get past that and help them deal with the pressure a little bit better.
Couldn't have said it better myself. That's what I said earlier, and he recognizes that too. As a basketball coach, he knows better than either of us what this team needs to do to be able to succeed. And I trust him. I have confidence in Coach Joe that he's gonna implement that on our players, and we're gonna show it off in games, and we're gonna be all right.
Definitely better than me. So that's gonna do it for the Charlie Blanton interview. Unless you got anything you want to add in that I didn't really hit on from this past week.
I don't have anything. I feel like we hit everything pretty head on.
Yeah. Also, like I said, only one game this past week for the Crusaders. They're supposed to have 2 games this week, traveling now to Smith Cotton on Thursday and then Saturday at McClure. I know Charlie loves that game.
Woohoo, McClure! 0-22.
So that'll be fun.
Lost the battle 93-30. Woohoo! Can't wait. It's gonna be a long bus ride, and then a long game.
That's going to be just a morale booster, I would say, for the team. No disrespect to McClure, but
I doubt they're listening. But if they are,
I like to go off of facts and statistics. And if your record says, 0-22, I think I could have some leeway with how I say things. But
yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pack my jersey for that one.
There you go. Well, that's going to do it for this Charlie Blanton interview. Thank you, Charlie, for your time. We'll have you back on in about 5 minutes when Weaver, Joey, and Baker joins us for the much-anticipated men's basketball segment. That'll be part 2. This was part 1. That's Charlie Blanton.
That's Austin Wolken.
And we will talk to you in part 2, the men's basketball segment. And always remember to keep your stick on the ice.